I don't know, I have ADHD and my mind's everywhere. Hey besties, and welcome back to Sustainability Sunday. So on Sundays, I talk to y'all about the easy, simple, low effort swaps that you can make in your everyday life without changing your quality of life to live more sustainably. And I know it's probably going through your mind for most of them. Maya, you tell us to do all this, you preach sustainability. Do you actually do this yourself though? Trust me, I get the skepticism. I'm very skeptical of other people, so I get it. The truth? Generally, yeah. The tips that I give you, generally, I also follow. I've made entire videos about sustainability swaps that I personally won't do because they don't work for my lifestyle. So I try to be as open and honest with y'all as possible because I do believe anyone can live more sustainably. So today, I'm gonna take you with me and show you some things that I normally do that are more sustainable. Today I'm going to show you me practicing what I preach. I guess you could consider this an accountability video. Me showing you what I actually do. Again, it's not all the sustainable swaps that I normally do in a day. This is just gonna be a few simple things that I do to show you an example. Because I talk about saving containers and reusing them, but I'll show you some of the other ways that you can reuse them that aren't just as food storage containers. It's just gonna be the simple, everyday things that I don't even think about how sustainable they are when I do them, if that makes sense. The first thing is happening right now, and I kind of can't show you, but I can explain it to you. The only light currently on in my apartment is my ring light to film this. I have all the blinds are open, but I don't have any lights on. I know that I've said before, something as simple as turning off lights is more sustainable. And I know that that's probably the easiest sustainability swap, and people don't think that that's being sustainable, but that's something that we do in my home. I don't have the lights on generally unless I need to actually see what I'm doing because I'm a little bit blind, if you haven't noticed. I've had these same glasses since high school. I definitely need a new prescription by now. Or I'll turn on my grow light for my plants sometimes. But as a general rule, I tend to not have lights on if I'm home by myself. Because if I'm on a screen, okay, that's backlit. If I'm filming, okay, I'll use my ring light for that. I don't need all the lights on. That was a lot of rambling just to say I don't turn on the lights. In the same vein, it's summer right now, but right now it's comfortable temperature. It is in the mid 60s right now in my home. I don't have any fans going. I don't have the AC going. If I'm comfortable, if I'm fine, I'm not going to be turning on fans just for the sake of it. The only time that I will do something like that, we had a day last week where it was supposed to be in like the mid 90s. I turned on the air conditioner in the morning because it's easier to cool the place down first and keep it cool than it is to cool it from the 90 something degrees, if that makes sense. But I also always run cold, so that is another thing. A lot of the time if I'm home, I only turn on the AC or the fan for my cat because she can't advocate for herself if she's too hot, so I'll do that for her. Don't mind the mess over here because this is kind of right where you walk into my apartment, so it also becomes like a catch-all area for everything if we're carrying something inside. But this is my soda stream. These are the empty canisters that I need to recycle for brand new canisters. I love my soda stream. So I'm a seltzer girly through and through. And instead of buying cans and bottles and more seltzer, I make my own. We have lived in this apartment for like, I wanna say almost 3 years now. These have lasted that entire time. We bought this soda stream new when we moved in here. We only just ran out of the cylinders like 2 days ago. Think about how many cans and bottles of seltzer I would have gone through in that time if I didn't just make my own seltzer at home. You can also make sodas, juices, etc. One of my personal favorites, I have a diet energy drink mix. Do I think it tastes just like Red Bull? No, but as a Massachusetts girly, everyone here loves Dunks. Dunks has these energy drinks that are super high in calorie, super high in sugar, and it's literally, they take an energy drink, Rockstar in Dunk's case, and they add flavor syrup. So that's what I do. I take the energy drink and I'll add flavor syrup. Sugar-free flavor syrup with a sugar-free energy drink mix. That's a drink that at Dunk's would have cost like $6 and then a giant Dunk's cup to go in the trash versus using this, some of this, and some syrup that I already own because I have a collection of flavor syrups. Also, might sound really dumb, but I do have an espresso. I know that that's not sustainable, but we recycle the pods. This is the bag that you can either mail it in or we just drop it off at Williams-Sonoma accepts them. There's an espresso store that accepts them. You quite literally just put them in here and either mail it out or drop it off, and you're recycling the pods. So this is exactly one of those things that I talk about. I just made this really awesome vegan fried chicken last night. It's made from enoki mushrooms. Don't knock it till you tried it. It was actually really good. For that recipe, we finished off the cornstarch that we have. So of course, we keep the container because we do things the right way and the more sustainable way around this house. We fried these. And I don't mean pan fried, I mean we deep fried, but not in our deep fryer. This pot has the oil. As most people know, you can't pour oil down the drain. Don't do it. If you have been doing it, please stop. When we moved into this apartment, actually, I think after like 2 months or so, there were some severe issues with the plumbing. Turns out the previous tenant had been pouring oil down the drain. I'd mentioned to my landlord, we never did that. And she's like, oh, I know. You've told me many times what can and can't go through the drain, things that I didn't even know. I've told her a lot about what you actually cannot put in a garbage disposal. But she knew it wasn't us. She knew it was the previous tenants, and it's so many years worth that they couldn't even snake the drain. They couldn't even fit the snake in the drain. So just don't pour oil down the drain. Don't do it. Instead, if you're saving these containers, pour the oil. Always wait until the oil cools off to do that, by the way, because I told one of my friends to do this and they tried pouring hot oil into a container and it didn't end well. Always wait till the oil cools off. That's why I'm doing this the next day. At this point, you kind of have two choices. If you know you're gonna be frying something in the near future, save it and top it off with the rest of the oil. We do still have some more room in here, but I think that we're just gonna end up tossing this with trash day instead of saving it for the rest of the oil. I'll be 100% honest, if you keep it for too long, it can start to smell. And I don't know when the next time we're gonna deep fry something is, so I don't wanna have the oil just sitting there and start to smell, if that makes sense. So that's why we're gonna toss it. But if I knew I'd be deep frying something else this week or next week, I'd keep it and put the rest of the oil in there. Ah yes, my not so secret shame when it comes to sustainability is my tchotchkes, my knickknacks, my love of quaint little quirky home decor. So this is my bookshelf in my living room, and I have 3 bookshelves and they all have Funko Pops on them, which, okay, I used to collect Pops before I got more into sustainability. This isn't about Funko Pops. What is surprisingly sustainable? This little guy, for example. I am a big proponent of when you travel or when you have experiences, getting a souvenir. I am a huge souvenir girly. I'm also a huge knickknack girly. I'm pretty sure that they go hand in hand pretty well, especially with sustainability. Think about it this way. You could, in theory, get a souvenir that's a postcard that you'll never look at again, that'll go in a drawer, a pen that'll go in a drawer, a lanyard, a keychain, all these things that you don't really need. Technically, do you need knickknacks and tchotchkes? No, but I love them. They bring me so much joy. I love having tchotchkes all around my house. This I did not actually buy. This was one of my coworkers went on vacation to Portugal, and he told me that where he was going had a lot of cows. He was sending me pictures of cows. Anyone that knows me knows I love cows, okay? He came home from Portugal with this little cow snow globe. Honestly, if you're a souvenir kind of person, if you like to have something physical so every time you look at it, you remember an experience, get something that you can actually put up as decor. Get something that you will actually use frequently. I was gonna get knickknacks to fill these shelves anyways. Make sure your souvenirs are something that you're not just gonna put in a drawer and forget about. Get something that actually has a use. You might say tchotchkes have no use, but for someone like me, they're the most important thing in my home. I need my home to have personality. Give me all the knickknacks. At one point in time, this bottle was either vegan mayo or the garlic aioli. Now it holds a copycat Chick-fil-A sauce recipe that I found online. Literally, we just don't throw out the containers. We just reuse them for different sauces. This is sustainability on a day-to-day level. It's a different day, but also the lighting is absolutely horrific. But also, we got this bad boy. This is quite literally just a normal storage tote, but we don't have a lid for it. So since we don't have a lid for it, realistically, we're not really gonna use it for storage. So we realized what better than to put all of our recycling in this. And before you ask, no, those are not a bunch of movies and the recycling. It is the slip covers for the movies because my fiance doesn't like the slip covers for his movies. While cooking, putting things into the oven, I don't use aluminum foil or parchment paper that we're just going to throw away. I have this silicone baking sheet that I quite literally got with the baking tray, and one-time purchase, and you use it literally every time that you cook. You're not throwing things away each time. Quite literally, significantly more sustainable. I'm about to run out the door real quick, but I grabbed my giant tote bag that I got from a Buy Nothing group, and inside of it is my reusable water bottle, because we don't carry around plastic water bottles. We take reusable water bottles with us. And honestly, y'all, that's kinda it for a normal day. The point of this was to show you what I do in a normal day that I don't even think about doing. That's me actually being more sustainable. It's showing that it's not a huge thing to make sustainable swaps. It's easily just incorporated as a part of your daily routine. I also have a metal straw that lives in my purse that I didn't take out because I brought my water bottle. Metal straws is actually a whole thing that I could make an entire video on, because do I think that they're actually worth it? It's a little complicated. I have a lot of feelings that I think a lot of the sustainability community would disagree with me on when it comes to straws. I hope that this showed you that it's not difficult to just incorporate sustainable changes into your day-to-day life. There's so many little things that we do that we don't even realize. Right now, my fiance is about to go downstairs and do laundry, and we don't use dryer sheets. We have dryer balls. It's simple. It takes almost no effort to make these little swaps. And it's just, at this point, such a normal part of my life that I don't even think about it. I'm sure that there's other sustainable swaps that I do on a daily as part of my routine that I didn't even think are more sustainable. Because at this point, it's all just so ingrained in me that I don't even think, oh, this is a sustainable swap. I just think, this is how I do this. I'm at the part of the video where I start rambling, which means it is time for me to go. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and hit the bell. Otherwise, YouTube will never tell you when I post new videos. It's a little bit broken like that. Comment down below and let me know, what one sustainable habit have you made such just a normalized part of your daily life that you don't even realize is sustainable. For me, I genuinely think it's using things I got from the Buy Nothing groups and or my water bottle. I don't even think about how sustainable bringing my water bottle is, but I do it every day. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
I don't know, but I've been told the world outside is oh so cold. So cold.